Against all odds, away from home, everyone writing them off. 3 yellow cards in the game, and still Northampton Saints come out on top over Leinster at the Aviva. Tommy Freeman scores a hat-trick. Henry Pollock gets in, gets the celebration going. What a win for Northampton Saints, and they march on to the Champions Cup final. Disappointing outing for Leinster, who had plenty of opportunities to win this game. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Kick On Rugby channel. I'm your host, Dane. Share it. Oh, what game of the year so far in all competitions? Wow, we did not expect this at all. I had Leinster winning it by at least 10 or 15 points. Oh man, what an outing from the Saints. As always, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the game. Who played well, who didn't, who was your man of the match? What did Saints do well? What did Leinster not do well? What did Saints do badly? What did Leinster do badly? Let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. I will start with Leinster. Start with the home team first. Oh man, they'll be so disappointed. This is just, they built everything up. They were playing outstanding rugby throughout the year, building up to winning these big crunch games. And when it came to it, that's plain and simple, couldn't get the job done. They had plenty of opportunities here. They had a ton of opportunities to score points or to get the lead and to stay in front. But man, credit to this Northampton Saints team, because they just kept coming. When you think the momentum swing happened and it was Leinster's turn, yes, Leinster would score 1 or 2 tries, but then Saints would just bounce back straight away. And man, hats off to Northampton Saints. I think my Leinster fans on here will agree, because 3 yellow cards down throughout the game and still beat this Leinster side. Wowee. So let's just get into it. So it was a frantic start. The intensity from the start, I was like, wow, these guys, there's going to be injuries. There's going to be guys out on their feet. And I'm like, this plays into Leinster's hands, because they always play with high intensity, and then it's, can the opposition keep up in those latter stages of the game, the last 20, 30 minutes? But man, Northampton kept it up all game, and it was a great, as a neutral, I was quietly supporting Leinster, but as a neutral, that was fantastic to watch. Couple of the lineouts, the mauls, usually, yes, they did end up scoring maybe 1 or 2 tries off a maul, but early on their mauls got defended really well. Leinster's mauls did. Got held up, or the maul got held up the first opportunity they got. You usually see Dan Sheehan just always scoring at the back of those mauls, or Josh van der Fleer. But I thought Saints obviously did their homework and defended those mauls really well. Kick chase, a problem. It was a problem early on, and then a problem kind of throughout the game as well. And it's credit to Saints' counter-attack, because, man, they found a lot of holes. You got guys like Tommy Freeman running onto the ball. Finn Smith run that beautiful line to set up Tommy Freeman's first try. And, you come up against these quality sides, man. You've got to be on song in every aspect of the game. So your kick chase being one of them. Good kick, but then a kick is only as good as its chase. And that shows, Tommy O'Brien did the lovely little grub in. I think that was around the 14th minute. This is a bit of a momentum swing, especially in the first half. Grubber through, good kick chase. Ringrose made the tackle, and then Tommy O'Brien went over and got the penalty from that. And a couple of phases on after that, they kind of stayed down in Northampton Saints 22. Couple phases on, I think it was a quick tap from a scrum free kick. Sam Prendergast on the money, the double skip pass to Tommy O'Brien to go over in the corner there. That was I love a flat pass, left to right like that, on the money, in front of everyone. Tommy Freeman was biting in. Beautiful pass that was. It was a missed opportunity at the 20th minute mark. A line out stolen. around line, I think I checked the stats and it was 87% lineouts won that Leinster had, but I still think there was the lineups that they lost were in very key areas on the field and moments of the game. And that's why the lineouts stand out for me. And I've written down here in my notes that lineouts were a problem. Their handling errors are also a problem. There's unlike Leinster, massively like getting momentum, getting phases going, and then a silly knock on or a hand offload, trying to throw a crazy offload. And I guess that comes with pressure. When you're under the pump, you think you need to change momentum or you need to throw that miracle pass to get a line break or something like that instead of just sticking to your processes. Pressure does that, even to the best of players. Josh van der Flier had a couple of handling errors. Caelan Doris had a couple of handling errors. So I thought that was an issue for Leinster. Man, I just wrote down again, the intensity of this game. I think it was for Josh van der Flier's first try. James Lowe could see the intensity of the game, makes a quick line break, or I think he took a quick tap just to keep the momentum going. They had that momentum at the moment. Their ruck speed was quick. They had Saints on the back foot. And then you've got your big players like Jamison Gibson-Park, James Lowe, like I just mentioned, taking the correct options, making those decisions around that, which way to go, where to go, who to play, and then Josh van der Flier scoring off the end of it. See, the rush defense was working well, and it works well until it doesn't, right? Especially like when you play a rush defense against a team whose attack is absolutely humming, right? And they're getting front football, they're getting quick rucks as well. It doesn't matter how good your rush D is, if they're getting quick ruck speed and they're beating you on the edges, they got good handling, their players are running from depth, there's always an option there as well. You can be as quick or as rushing your defense as you can. They're going to have numbers out wide, good handling, and I think Tommy Freeman went over to score untouched there. And Saints were beating Leinster's rush defense, especially out on the edges and at ruck time. Really, really quick there. That was just before halftime. That stunned Leinster. It stunned the Leinster crowd as well. Really, really quiet. Leinster started off the second half very poorly. It was a Dan Sheehan. There was a bad line out. And then there was handling errors from Doris and Sam Prendergast. But then a huge momentum swing in the next 20 minutes was James Lowe's 50-22. That banana kick off the left boot. He loved it as well. They got a penalty from that line out. They took a tap and they played their little tap, the quick tap play from that. And Caelan Doris went over to score and then came down there again. And this is when I started to think, okay, they've absorbed all the pressure. Now they're going to turn it back onto the Saints. Josh van der Flier's tried, instead of going for the 3 points, they went to touch, set them all. The lineup wasn't doing good at this point, but set them all, backed themselves, and scored. Josh van der Flier scored from that. And those decisions, whether to go for touch or to kick 3 points, that's massive. That is big calls, and they backed themselves. Yeah, I absolutely love that. And this is where I was like, that got them within 3 points, I think it was. And then they got the second tap play, and that set up James Lowe's try. Then I'm like, man, I think they were within 3 points or they were right in it here. And I'm just like, this is it now. This is it. Leinster are going to roll on here, but not to be at all. You got to hand it to Northampton Saints. They just kept coming at Leinster, kept coming, got knocked down, kept standing up, kept going again, kept the intensity for the full 80 minutes. And they deserve this one for sure. Leinster will be kicking themselves. A ton of opportunities gone begging. We're going to jump over to Saints. Wow, man. Holy. Like I said in the intro, written off against all odds to make it even harder. 3 yellow cards throughout the game, and they still get the job done. That'll go down in Northampton Saints and Champions Cup like history as one of the best wins. Away from home, semi-final, like do or die stuff, and Saints come out on top. fantastic. What a start for them in this game. They silenced that Aviva. Aviva was humming and they silenced it first up. Finn Smith with a short line from the rugby heavens to bust through, puts a perfectly weighted little grubber kick in, and Tommy Freeman goes over to score. Fantastic. And then that set the standard, that set the bar for the rest of the game, because the intensity, this was test match. This was like high-end test match intensity. It was fantastic. It was fantastic to watch. Great rugby throughout. Man, like I said in the first part of this video, as a neutral fan, I loved this game. It was great to watch. Saints were, man, they were up for it. Very high intensity. Like I said, their ruck speed was fantastic. And they probably went into the game with like, Leinster have got a good rush defense. We have to beat them. How we beat them is quick ruck speed. Don't let them get set that they can push up in a line being connected. Quick ruck speed. One guy was pushing up for Leinster. They were leaving a bit again. They weren't as connected as usual. And then Saints had options. Their interplay between backs and forwards was fantastic. The depth and the timing of their running out the backs as well. There was always options for the ball runner. The passes too were out in front. It just makes everything run that little bit smoother. And it was great to watch, man. And they kept that up the whole game. The first 20 minutes, I'm like, yeah, okay, all teams are up for it in the first 20 minutes versus Leinster. Can you keep it up the whole game? And the Saints team said, yes, we can, sir. I don't know what accent that was, but holy man, wowee. Of course, Henry Pollock scores. And not only scores an absolute worldie. I think it was from halfway. Runs a short line of doom. No one saw him coming. He come from outside centre. Just angle back at the ball, goes through untouched, looks at Sam Prendergast. I'll take you on the outside, sir. Goes over and hits the check my pulse celebration in front of the Leinster fans. Absolutely love it. All the haters, all the doubters, just stop. This guy is the real deal and he's going to keep getting better. Every game he plays, the more hate he gets, the more doubt he gets, the better he gets. So he's almost like, keep hating, keep doubting. I'm just going to keep turning up and doing my thing. I absolutely love it. I love it. He's the rugby's next superstar. Not next. He's rugby superstar right now. How good, Henry Pollock. Let's go, lad. Let's go. Take a bow, son. He was 1 try, 5 carries, 52 meters made, 3 defenders beaten, 17 tackles and 2 turnovers. 20 years old, first Leinster, which is pretty much an Irish team, in Leinster at the Aviva, semi-finals of the Champions Cup. It doesn't get bigger than that. It doesn't get a bigger stage for him at the moment than that. And he goes and puts up those numbers. Let's go. Any doubters, haters? You're just hating now. You're just hating now because this man is the real deal. Jump on board. It's all right. It's not too late. Get on the Henry Pollock train because it's choo-choo, man. It's going. How good. Tommy Freeman bags a hat-trick before halftime. Like I said earlier on, just their interplay between backs and forwards, always having options for the ball runner. Fantastic. And they just executed it all to a T. Fantastic. The Augustus Trocchi, his nickname, Jonah Augustus, the South African bulldozer. Lovely little offload there for one of Tommy Freeman's tries. Man, and they were just halftime leading 15-27. And I've just written like they just won't go away. Just the quality side. They kept getting knocked back down, keep standing up. 3 yellow cards throughout the game, spread out throughout the game. Pretty much played for most of the game with 14 men on the park and were just ruthless, relentless, determined, and just fantastic. This Northampton Saints team, they're my team now to win it. How good. What a result for them. And just kept getting up for each other, kept going regardless of what was happening, regardless of what was in front of them. fantastic. Standouts for me were Henry Pollock, unreal. Tommy Freeman, unreal. Finn Smith directed the team around the park fantastically well. Augustus did really well as well. And then that whole forward pack just kept going. Their ruck speed was fantastic. I thought Dingwall and Hutchinson in the centres, really good as well, making their tackles. Strong carries through the middle there. James Ram was good out the back. And then Freeman, like I said, hat-trick. Let's go, baby. Easy dubs. Holy, what a game. What did you guys think of it? Let me know in the comments. We march on to the finals. The Northampton Saints do. Like I said, Leinster will be absolutely kicking themselves. They'll be gutted too. But it takes a special team like the Saints team to rock up on the day and play how well they did to beat this Leinster side, and they did it. Hit the subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.